Hello there. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about collision. I'm sure in our other lesson where we talked about particles colliding and the rest, most of us would be asking ourselves, what does this collision actually mean? If you already know, good. But this is what we're going to talk about in this lesson. Now, to most people, the term collision is likely to mean some sort of automotive disaster, but we'll broaden the meaning to include any strong interaction between bodies that lasts a relatively short time. Now, when we talk about collision in physics, we mean that two particles or objects are moving freely through space until they get close to one another, like we showed in our previous lesson. Okay? Two or more objects may collide with each other if one or more of them are moving with different speeds at the same path or at the opposite directions to each other. Collisions occur naturally and accidentally, as in the cases of particles and molecules of gases in random motion within an atom, causing what we call natural collision. Or in the case of two cars moving in opposite direction but on the same path, causing what we call or we know as accidental collision. Now, during such collisions, kinetic energy transformations occur. For instance, if two bodies, let's show this, if two bodies, again, let me use a car this time. Okay. This is car A. Okay. And this is car B. Now, if these two cars collide with each other, they might either separate from each other and move with different velocity. That is, they might go separate ways. That's when they collide now. They might move separate ways with different velocities. Maybe this one might move with V1 and this one might move with V2. Okay? Or they will stick to each other. Okay? So let's say if these cars now collide, this is case 1. This is case 1. Now, or they might stick together like this. Right? And move with entirely new velocity, like an entire new velocity. Okay? You can guess the velocity. Let's just say V new. Okay? Now, or at worst, be brought to rest. That is, stop after the collision. I'm sure one way or the other we must have experienced this incident occur. Now, on any of the cases, energy transformation has occurred. On impact, the energy could eventually be transformed from kinetic to heat. Okay? Kinetic to heat, sound, or still redistributed as kinetic energy among the bodies. This is something that we can observe when accidents between two vehicles happens. Now, if the collision is relatively smooth and the object is hard, then some part of the kinetic energy is lost, and the object would have bounced back from each other. Some energy too could even be lost, thereby causing permanent mark on the bodies. This is why you normally have these marks or indentations on car bodies after impact or accidents. Now, if no kinetic energy is lost after collision, we say elastic collision has occurred. Elastic collision, okay? Though this case is hardly found in nature, all right? while a collision tagged as inelastic this word is very common. An inelastic collision is a collision in which part of the kinetic energy is transformed to other types of energy. Thus, kinetic energy is lost. So here we say no kinetic energy is lost, while here we say kinetic energy is lost. So note the difference between both of them. Now, in summary, for elastic collision, both kinetic energy and momentum are conserved, whereas for inelastic collision, only momentum is conserved. This is a good place to draw the curtains, don't you think? Till our next lesson. And I'm sure that with the little I have said on collision, you've been able to have a clearer view on what the term collision means. And if by chance you get to come across any form of collision, accidental or natural, you can defend it or understand that process that has occurred. So in our next class, try not to miss that class. If you have any questions, kindly drop them in the comment section below. Do not miss the next lesson. See you there.